logging back in on this live stream. We've been having some technical difficulties. We only could see like 2 out of the 3 people. Thank you for your patience. I'm going to invite our special guest, Terrance Keller, to this, and then I'll invite my co-host, Goatee. So give us a minute here. Log in. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for your patience, guys. All right, Terrance, let's try this again. Hopefully you can see me.
Oh, that's weird. I can't see you. So the person that... No.
Oh, so whoever's the host, is that...
Yeah. Let me...
You can't see me?
Hold on.
Interesting.
Let me do something else. Hold on.
Yeah. All right. Let me invite Goatee. It looks like there's a technical error on the host side for whatever reason. Let's see here. All right, give us a minute here. Thank you guys for your patience. It's, all right, so Goatee, real quick. It looks like there's a technical error on the host end. He can't see me now.
He can't see you?
No. I guess whoever's the host, you can't see the host. So that's weird.
That's the first. You know what?
I got an invite with you. I got an invitation from Terrance to see what the difference is here. All right, we'll give this a shot right now. If not, we can, what's more important is that the audience sees us.
Yeah.
So Terrance, real quick, you can't see me?
No, I can't.
You can see me? Terrance, you can see me?
Yeah, I can see you.
Okay.
I can't see Bobby.
Okay, so here's what we're going to do. Just to kind of get the show on the road, is we'll continue what we have. I'm going to be really conscious about like how you guys are talking, and I'll just, just chime in. I won't interrupt, because honestly, like this is going to be your platform, Terrance. So what's more important is that the audience sees us. So let me ask the audience, can you see all 3 of us on camera for those of you watching right now? Just say, I can see you 3. Okay.
Yes.
Thank you, Area. Okay. So that's what's important, is that the audience sees all 3 of us at least. I can see your awesome gear, so I'm happy about that. At least I can see in that badass hat and that cool ass jersey. So I'm happy about what I see right now. So yeah, man, let's get it started. So again, welcome to this live stream. Every Saturday, we try to do this every weekend to invite new guests like Terrance and other collectors around the United States, even around the world. We actually reached out to other people around the world. So hopefully that's going to be an ongoing thing to carry this podcast in different, in a different way. So Terrance, if you don't mind, if you want to introduce yourself. I'm sorry, Goatee, you have any words?
Nah, no words. No words, Terrance. This is your show. You have some people here that are familiar with your collection, right? So this is going to be a real. This is your show. We like to say, I'm hearing feedback. You hear feedback?
I don't.
Oh boy, what's going on Instagram? Come on now.
Yeah, I don't hear anything on my end.
No. All right. You know what? The show must go on. Terrance, why don't you introduce yourself? Where you from? How long you been collecting? And we'll start like that.
Okay, my name is Terrance. I live in Houston, but I'm from Louisiana. Up in Louisiana, raised. I've been collecting.
Terrance, hold on, Terrance. So the feedback is coming from your phone because somebody just said they can hear an echo. So when you talk, it's feedback.
Okay, let me try something. Hold on.
Yeah, Bobby. So it's something with his phone and his connection that is not allowing to see you.
Yeah.
Now I'm hearing feedback too. Oh boy.
I don't hear anything on my end. That's weird. Were you hearing feedback when you were hosting?
Nope.
Okay. Audience, real quick, are you hearing feedback when I talk? Yes, no, maybe so. Let's see here. Anyone want to? When I'm talking, does anyone hear feedback on my end? Because I don't hear anyone else's feedback.
What about
echoing happening on my end? So it looks like Terrance is getting invited once again. It says Bobby's good. Thank you. Bobby is the only one not echoing. So I'm not echoing. So it looks like the host is not echoing, but can't be seen. what the hell's going on?
So I'm echoing. So Bobby, you stay on. I'm gonna request. I wish the train was a smooth ride, but you know sometimes there's hiccups and traps. I'm gonna log
Yeah,
off.
it's all good.
Bobby, stay on. I'm gonna request. Stay on.
Sure. All right, guys, real quick, I'm going to entertain you guys and just keep you an up-to-date on what happened last weekend. As you know, if you looked at our channel, we were in Venice, California, Venice Beach. We invited two awesome guests, Soul to Soul and Dr. Swoosh. Great guests, great, awesome vintage collection. We had a chance to see some exclusive, expensive, one-of-ones, PEs. Great weekend. Thank you guys for joining in on this live stream. We try to do this every Saturday, and we try to get the energy going with inviting different guests from around the United States, even around the world. So hopefully we have some exciting lineup of guests coming from around the world that we reached out, and hopefully that's going to happen pretty soon. But in the meantime, we're going to have Terrance Keller, who's going to be our special guest for this live stream, and he's going to be sharing his collection. So I'm going to invite him right now and see how his audio is doing. All right, guys? So give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Thank you for the text messaging on the advice. Right now, we're just working with what we have, but we're definitely going to look into fixing the issue on future episodes. So this is the first that I've heard these issues come about. So give us a second. I guess a previous issue that we had before was in one of our videos wasn't seen. So all right. So
As
far as
hold on. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, yes. But the audience, I don't know.
Testing. No echo on my end, so we good. So now I'm good.
You were able to hear it on your end too. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna invite Terrance right now. I'm gonna invite him in and see how this goes. All right.
No echo. Okay, let's go. Jordan fist. Let's go. One step. Come on, Terrance. We got this.
It's all good, guys. And again, thank you for your patience. We honestly appreciate those. We appreciate everyone that's been following us, all the new followers that's been engaging with us, all the people that's been liking, commenting, and turn on video. Okay.
All right, let's go. Let's cross. Let's go.
All right, it looks like he's gonna come in right now. But like I said, thank you for all the new followers. We had a great trip last weekend.
Yeah.
2 great collectors. Great episode. We're still working on episode 2, guys. So again, a lot of hard work behind the scenes, but we're getting this going, and we want to make sure that we bring you quality and we're not rushing things. All right, guys. So thank you for your patience, and we are gonna explode into July with new content, awesome guests. We're basically traveling for this season right now. We've been going to different spots, interviewing different people from around. Okay, so it looks like Terrance is commenting.
I can see everybody.
Let's go.
But you can't see him.
Let's go.
I can't see him. Can you see him? You can see
Yeah, I can. I can see him, but Bobby, you can't see him.
I can't see him.
Now,
oh my gosh!
I can see both of y'all.
Honestly, the stream right now, the stream right now only shows 2 of us.
That's true.
The stream right now only shows 2 of us. I don't think that's gonna work because we want to show everyone, right? And the stream is only showing 2 of us.
No.
Ask the audience. I see everybody.
The stream is showing 3. Just on your end, is just showing me.
Okay. If that's the case, then I can roll with that. So let's check if there's no echo.
No echo.
And the audience can see 3 of us. I can see all 3. Hey, great. Okay. Yeah. Now, unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to see his awesome collection, but I'm going to have to replay it on my end. It's all good. As long as the audio's clean and the audience can see all 3 of us, let's roll.
You know what?
All right, guys. So starting
Bobby,
all over.
So, Bobby, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you some reactions. I'm going to let you know what he got. And I know we got to improvise right now. But I know it's trash. I know it's trash. But the show's going to go on. My bad, Bobby. I don't know. But Terrance, we're going to start from the top. Introduce yourself. Where you from? How long you been collecting? Platform's yours, my brother.
Okay. Appreciate. Thank you for having me. First of all, thank you for having me. This is rewarding. I talk about shoes every day, so this is this is to talk about shoes with fellow shoe people. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
So I grew up in Louisiana. I'm originally from Louisiana. I've been collecting since probably like honestly junior high, maybe
Okay. So what's
maybe
junior
freshman,
high?
ninth grade,
How long is that? What's junior high for you?
90s, 90s.
Yep.
I'm a
Okay.
90s. I grew up right in the middle of it.
Yep.
I grew up in the middle of it. So, for me, it was a lot of stuff I have now it ties back to my childhood, basically.
Okay.
You know, so I wasn't, outside and doing like, mischievous things. I was like a nerd that was into like music and like shoes and like fashion and like starter jackets and jerseys, and that was me.
That was your thing.
So
So
let me ask you this real quick. So it seems to me you're like the fashion dude, keeping to yourself, and you're also into music, right? Too. So I mean, you have a lot going on. You're a collector, and you also produce music. Am I correct?
yeah, I produce music, I rap too, I make beats. I've been doing that for a while, but this just goes back to again my childhood. I was one of those kids. Again, I wasn't outside doing mischievous things. I was watching Rap City every day.
Rap City.
Heck yeah.
You
King in
know
the
what I'm
basement.
saying? I
King
was
in the
watching.
basement.
Yeah. Before Big Tigger, Joe
Joe.
Claire.
Oh, you going back? Okay, Joe Claire.
But
You going
way
back.
back, Joe Claire. Then Big Les, right?
Big Les.
Right?
Big Les. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That was me. Videos. Taking all my money to buy CDs.
Terrance.
Yes.
Terrance, I have to say, in every single show I mention New York, right? I do. I'm in New York. I'm from Brooklyn.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're New Yorkers. We're real ignorant. I'm gonna tell you why we're ignorant. Because what you're saying, we think that we only had access to it. We think that we the only ones that had access to Rap City, Basement, when we had the box. But as I'm learning, this thing is international. I mean, worldwide. Like anybody had access. But in the 80s and 90s, we didn't know. We thought it was just for us. So that's kind of dope that you was in New Orleans. Every time I hear New Orleans, I gotta say that should be that big body Ben's high. Love New Orleans. I just gotta say that.
So I'm glad.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm glad, not to cut you off, but I'm glad you.
I was just saying it's amazing that I'm learning that everyone had the same access that I had growing up. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah. And so for me, like, Go Team Bobby, like I was like the oldest, like of my little brother and my cousins. And so I was kind of their gate to New York. And, I was the one that put my cousins and them on like Big Pun. You know what I'm saying? I was the one that put them on, you know what I'm saying? Like, the professional mixtape, and you know what I'm saying? Red Cafe, and people that wasn't, you know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Like, so I was into that like heavy, which goes hand in hand into the sneakers and the fashion. If you didn't watch videos, I mean Grand Poobah. Come on, man. Polo, Hilfiger,
Low hanging back,
ACG,
Hilfiger on the top.
ACG. I mean, you had to watch the videos, so that's a big part of it.
Makes sense.
I'm glad you mentioned that real quick. I'm glad you mentioned that because we talked off camera about like our collections are very unique in my opinion. Like they're very obscure like models that not a lot of people are gonna know. You only will know if you live through it. You'll know what to look for to start collecting those certain like models. Those athletes, those brands and stuff like that. So I feel really like excited to meet other people like you that lived through that era that were collecting and noticing the fashion, the trends, the music influence, and the art, all the culture all overall. From different parts of the United States. You got New York, Louisiana, you got Arizona over here. So I'm just flattered and like really excited to know that other people are like, we're in this community together. No matter what part of the world, what part of the country we're at, like we're all together in that way. We all come together for that love of like that culture, that the shoes, the sports, and all that good stuff. So yeah.
So that was, the music was a big part. Like I said, I produce, I rap, but I grew up in. I used to collect Source magazines. I had a subscription to the Source magazine, so that was another thing. So
Biggie, you'll never forget Biggie next to the Twin Tower. Come on now.
I had a whole thing of them under my bed. So that was like, that was my childhood. Aside from that, which goes hand in hand to connect to the sneakers too. Another thing about me is I used to collect baseball, basketball, and football cards.
Of course.
Yes, sir. Yes,
that's a must. That's a must. Every 90s kid had to collect Some type of cards, yep.
So I mean, a lot of, like you said, like Bobby said about knowing the shoes, you have to know what to look for, but you have to know those players. And so if you didn't grow up in it, you might know Jordan, you might know Penny, you might know Pippen, but you're not gonna know Karl Malone had Elliott Gear. You're not gonna know D Brown had Reebok Pump. You're not gonna know, the Agassi line. You're not gonna know that if you didn't grow up in it because they don't play anymore.
Yep.
Right.
And you know what?
How would you know?
You know what? And here's the thing. I ain't gonna lie. I don't want this to talk. I want you to show, because we can have a conversation for 15 hours about how we grew up. We here for you. Let's keep it a buck. We here for you.
Okay.
But before you do that, I just want to say that's the purpose of why Bobby and I started Kickstory. Right?
Yeah.
This exact reason. We want to tell that not only the history of sneakers, but the stories. Everybody got a story to tell. Everybody. I don't care what. So what you're doing now, what we're doing is exactly what we thought of coming to fruition. Right? So I just want to let that go. But let that out, I should say. But once again, we want to, and Bobby, I have to say it again. Bobby, for you not to see what he's about to show, I'm upset. I'm taking it personal.
I know.
Yeah.
No, me too. Me too. It's all good. I'm gonna replay this. I'm gonna actually, I'm gonna stalk his Instagram account too to look at all his gear too, because he has some badass gear. And if you're not following him, check him out, Terrance Keller, all in one word. So
yes, sir.
Let's start showing the gear.
Terrance, it's your world. We living in it. Just show us your Kickstory.
Welcome. So I'm gonna go first with, I grew up in Louisiana. Now, growing up in Louisiana, the OG.
I knew it.
Reebok,
yes, sir.
Reebok Workout Plus.
Show it. Show a little bit. Show a little bit more. Yeah. You know what, Terrance? What are those called?
Reebok Workout Plus.
So
look them up.
Reebok Workout Plus. Reebok Workout Plus. All you got to do is go to YouTube and type in Cash Money.
Basically.
Cash Money videos.
Basically.
And you're going to see that shoe. That's a classic.
So this shoe, again, growing up in Louisiana, if you didn't have this shoe, you was walking around barefooted, basically. Like this,
it's that or nothing.
This prompted Jordan. This was over. Like if you didn't have these with some Jabos,
right?
I mean, come on, these was.
I'm looking at it right now. Okay, I'm looking at the pictures right now online. Yep. Okay, yeah. Those are classic. Yeah.
So classic. Everybody had them. The whole high school is like this. This was like kind of like our old white Air Force One.
Okay.
That's basic.
I love that. I love that. Like back in my day, Cortez's, on the West Coast and that whole thing. You got the Uptowns, and then you got the Reeboks with it. So it's cool to see that. It's cool to hear that.
You know what?
And
nice. So, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and so to piggyback all of these, the same model. This is again one of my this got so many memories. I wore these all in high school. I had other shoes, but I always had 3-4 pairs of these at one time.
Crazy.
Nice.
Yo, I had a feeling you was gonna show those, because when I saw Bout It for the first time, Master P, and I'm looking at the projects, I'm like, yo, they wearing a Reebok. In New York, we didn't wear those. Like, that wasn't our thing. But I associate that Reebok with New Orleans, Louisiana, hands down.
Yeah. And the thing about this Reebok, this actually was like a fitness shoe. So if you feel it, if you ever get one of these and you feel it, it's soft, soft.
Exactly. Right. Yeah, I do remember. I remember touching that pair back in the day in the Foot Locker, and the leather was so plush, and the gum bottoms was so grippy.
Yep.
Like they had so much freaking grip on the bottom, man. They were really cool. Yep.
That's dope.
And they did these, and they did the ones for the women's. Remember, the women's used to wear the high top ones with the straps.
We called those.
Yeah. You know what? My sister had those. Yes.
We call those 5411s. 5411s. That's what we called them.
Yeah.
Because they were $49.99 with tax. 5411.
Yeah. And then so after that, they did these. Then they came with the clear bottom.
Oh, clear bottoms. Damn.
Never seen those.
Wait.
So same model, Reebok Workout Plus, but with the clear sole.
So
nice.
when those came out, when those Princess Reeboks, thanks Hop 18, appreciate that. So when those came out, was Louisiana going crazy because of the clear bottoms? That was that drew crazy attention.
Yeah, this was like, I mean, because everybody had the regular ones. Like, just the regular ones
Yeah.
was just the regular ones. So you had these in white and black. But when they start doing stuff like this, I mean, ice bottom. I mean, it's just the shape of this shoe. This shoe is so Louisiana that you had to have the. People got to understand that Jordans wasn't popular when Jordans was out at the time, right?
Wow.
People got to understand.
Wow.
Jordan, people went back and started like getting Jordans, but they had so many other shoes out at that time that Jordan wasn't a top shoe, you know?
Interesting. Wow. Never
That's
heard that.
So,
Never heard that.
That's a
Never
first.
heard that before.
and I see Revenge in a comment, and so after that came,
Black and gum.
yeah,
Black and gum bottoms.
Black and
Yeah.
gum.
Gum bottoms are like the staple of like a clean shoe. A gum bottom, you're like you're top tier. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. Those are
classic.
clean. I actually remember those. Clean.
The black with the gum bottom.
Now, did they retro those? Did they have a lot of retros of those?
They do, but they started making them different. So, and
Yeah, of course.
I'm probably getting a little feedback echo. I hear it, but when they started remaking them, if you look at the new ones, the Reebok symbol actually only has one line. You know how that Reebok symbol splits like that? So look at the new ones; they just got one line. The original ones got the actual Reebok.
Terrance, I'm starting to hear feedback on your side.
Yeah, I hear it too.
You hear it too? You hear your feedback?
Yeah.
Maybe if there's distance away from the camera.
Okay.
Better. There we go. There we go. Yep.
Black gum bottom. Hey, we gonna give feedback. We had technical difficulties, but I just feel like it's trying to stop me from doing it. So now I gotta do it even more. You know. So again, so my second one, as far as like the best silhouette, I gotta go with.
Yes, sir. Bobby.
Nike.
Those are the
Talk to me.
Air Hirachi trainers, the ones I have, black and gray Bo Jacksons.
Of course.
Come on now.
Okay. Yeah. The bows. Yeah. That's a bow. That's a bow in my eyes.
Come on now.
Everything about this, the shape of the shoe, everything.
That Hirachi sock liner, the color contrast. Yep. I mean, come on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What colorway are you looking at?
Looking at the black, gray, white.
Okay, the classic. Right, cool.
Yep.
Yep. My favorite.
Those Hirachi.
We even got.
I was gonna say those Hirachi liners they're so comfortable.
Meta Transformer.
Transformer one.
So
Transformer, right?
So Bobby, he has the same silhouette, but Nike had a special. We were looking at 2008, 6. What is that?
Yeah, 7.
Boom. 2007, Bobby. It's the same model, but they had the Transformer. I think that was that's not Optimus Prime. That was one of those Transformers.
Okay, it's in that colorway, so it's like silver and like red and bluish and something like that.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, the silver
with more purple. But yep. Those are fire. Wait. Was it? I'm a sucker for 3M. Does it have 3M anywhere around it? 3M?
Yeah, the back part.
Love 3M. Love 3M. Yes, sir.
So the back part got 3M. And I got.
Oh yeah,
I mean, when I like some people, the thing about me, like Bobby and Goatee, when I like them, I get like a lot of the same in different colors. So.
Yeah, I remember those. Yep. Was that dedicated to? That wasn't Auburn. That was the off color. That's a tough color.
Nah, they call these the medicine
ball. Okay, like off the medicine balls. Yeah.
Oh, I remember that colorway is cool. I like that colorway. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it actually had some Air Max came out in the same colorway.
Yep. Hop 1800% correct. I remember seeing the SE2s Transformers. Yep.
I love SE2s. SE2s are so mean looking with that strap.
Nasty work. Terrance, those are flyer. So Bobby Kids, he's showing the same thing, but like navy gray and like a burnt orange. Same color as the medicine
Yes, right.
ones.
Right colorways. Okay, cool.
Again, when I like something.
Damn. Is that Kansas City?
Yeah, vintage though. The old.
Is that
This is
Kansas City Monarchs? Negro League?
Yeah. 07.
Negro League?
07.
But that logo, is that the Negro League logo for Kansas City? Do you know?
I believe so. Let me see. On the middle it said. Let me look at the other one.
Untold Truth Pack. That's for Hop 18.
Oh,
So Bobby Kicks, he's showing the same sneaker, but it looks like it's dedicated to the Negro League type ordeal. Hop 18 says the Untold Truth Pack.
Nice.
Dope.
Man, there's so many different like collections and things like that to it. It's crazy. I mean, like there's so many more that I don't even know about. I just know the classics, but that's cool. You know, there's different like was it homage? Collections. So that's cool.
Yeah, and the good thing about these trainer Huaraches, these Bo Jacksons, like if you wear like small feet or smaller feet, they did have some white and pink ones, and they had some white and purple ones for the ladies.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So
all white with the pink and all white.
So if you love a silhouette, you going crazy with
Oh yeah. I go if I love like because it's the shape, it's the model, it's the strap, it's the design, it's the lace lock, it's the toe, it's the Huarache sock. If I like the shoe itself, like the model, I'll try to get every color. Like every.
I respect that. Damn, Bobby, I'm so upset you can't watch this right now. Oh, I'm so upset. I know, Bobby. I know.
It's all good. We're gonna post this. I'm gonna rewatch it, and cool. So it's all good. And plus, I can go to his page and check out his awesome gear too. So I got opportunities.
No doubt.
Camel.
Wow, I never saw that color. What? So is that black, green, and gray?
It's black and green, but the sock liner itself is camel.
That's crazy. I've never seen that before. Wow. Is that an LE? Is that an LE? That has to be an LE. A limited edition. That has to be. I've never seen that.
Yeah, I don't see a lot of people with them. I don't see a lot of people with them.
Wow.
The whole thing is just black and green with just the sock liner and it's camel.
Fire.
And I'm gonna switch it up after this. I actually do have the other two, but I'm not gonna show 10 Huaraches.
Like I said, this is your platform. Whatever you want to show, man, we here. It's for the people.
My childhood.
Fila. He got some filas. With the strap. So it looked like the high Air Force Ones, Bobby, but it's Fila with the strap.
Okay, so I got a little story about my sister having a pair of Filas, and they were high top. They had straps to it. They were like majority white, and she wore those every day. She tore them up. My mom wanted to always throw them away, and she always like picked them out of the trash and like put tape on it or something like that. And she always kept it for such a long time. So I'm wondering if that's the same pair that he's showing. But I'm very curious because
I think so.
Yeah.
I gotta find that pair for her too.
It probably is because these were like extremely like popular. And the thing about these was ties into hip hop. You know, used to wear these a lot. Tupac put on for Tupac.
I think I'm familiar with
Long Island. Z can do anything. What's good, Z? Yes, Fila was popping in Long Island, popping in New York. Yes, sir.
Especially with the velour tracksuits, right?
Yeah.
Now, Terrance.
Another thing about.
Go ahead. Go ahead. No, you go ahead.
So another thing about these, they actually had a basketball player that used to wear these. Larry Johnson used to actually wear these.
And Jamal Mashburn.
Before Converse, Larry Johnson got the Converse. Before that, he actually wore the Filas.
Really? Yeah. Wow, I didn't know that. I never saw that.
Yeah. But was that? Wait a minute. So was that his? That was only his rookie year. Is that only his rookie year, LJ?
I think it was when he first started. Yeah, because it was a short time. After that, he got the Converse.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. It must have because I don't remember him in any Filas, but that's crazy. Yeah, I gotta pay attention now. I gotta look at some basketball cards to see what he's wearing. But that's cool. Yeah.
Those with a Fila velour suit and a Fila headband.
There you go.
Yeah.
Headband.
Come on now.
Again, for us, I was in Louisiana, so it was hot, so we didn't wear velour suits. So you know what? We wore these
What?
again, Jabos.
Jabot. Jabot. Bobby Kicks. Jabot, Bobby Kicks. I told you about that.
No, the sweater I got.
Yeah.
Shout out to Sloppy Robbie. He hooked me up with a really cool sweater, a Jabot sweater.
Oh.
And I got a sweater, but I can't wear it right now. But it's such a cool fit, man. Like, so I can't wait for the winter time to wear it. So yeah.
Jabot is one of those again, man. In the 90s, like at my high school, Jabos. I mean, I don't even remember any other jeans.
Yeah.
I don't remember jeans, Jabos.
And Jabot's the type of jeans that when you wore them, like, because I think we all the same age. I think we're all the same age, right? So in the 90s, you get Jabot, you make sure you don't gotta tuck your shirt in, but you gotta tuck the front of your shirt in. You gotta see the Jabot sign, and you gotta show it.
Yeah.
And then when Jabot made later on, Jabot started to do the Velcro straps. Forget about it.
Oh yeah, it was over. It was over.
Forget about it.
So this right here, definitely one of my favorite shoes of all time, and this is the OG ones too.
Damn.
They came back out again, being that you from you know who came back out with them again? Packer shoes had everything.
Yeah, Packer shoes had them. Yep. Those too.
Yeah, you remember that, Bobby? Packer shoes. Yeah.
Yep.
What are we looking at?
The shoe store is Jersey.
Jersey. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Jersey. Yeah, they got the Packer shoes.
Okay,
Iversons. They have a lot of collabs. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they redid the Feli. It's the Feli FX 100.
Oh, okay. Yep.
With the original strap. So this is
classic. Classic.
Yeah. Then I always liked this shoe. When this shoe first came out, I remember looking at this shoe like, what is that? This is one of those shoes that came out.
Bobby Kicks, Urban Jungle Retro Air Raid White.
Of course.
Woo,
love it.
Buddy.
Yep. Air Raids.
When it came out, just with the crisscross strap and just, I mean, not no Nike sign on the side, it was just like, what is that? And who designed that?
Quick question. What size do you wear?
9, 8.5, 9, 9.5.
That's Bobby's size.
We're on the same size. I'm 9.
Yeah, I'm a 9. I sometimes go 8.5, or I'll go one up 9.5.
Lucky y'all.
Okay.
Lucky you sample size guys. Lucky you guys.
Yeah. This right here though is, I mean, when this shoe came out, again, these shoes for me, remembering the Reeboks, the Felis, like the Air Raids, like when they came out, I'm thinking of the impact.
Oh.
You know,
what
like again,
Terrance was because that era, I mean, not that particular one, because the Urban Jungle ones came out with the Air Raid 2, right? The Air Raid 2 was the Urban Jungle, right? But was cross colors big in the Gulf Coast, Louisiana, cross colors?
I mean, it wasn't that big.
Okay.
A few people knew about it, but it wasn't that big.
Okay.
It wasn't that big.
Okay.
I know about it because I watch rap videos all day. So again, me, my growing up in Louisiana and just like watching like videos and like that was kind of like my outlet on my way out. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like that was like, I mean, I used to go to we had this music store called Music Center. I used to go there and buy like all of these CDs. So like growing up, like I knew about G-Dep and I knew about like, you know what I'm saying? I knew about all of that. And so watching Rap City in the videos, I mean, that goes hand in hand with like the wear, like the cross color, the Carl Kanai, the Maurice Malone.
Okay.
You got it.
Rap City was your encyclopedia.
Oh yeah.
That's dope. All right, so Bobby, he's reaching out for another kicks. What we got? What we looking at here?
We got since they coming back with the other one, the Diamond Turtle.
Woo! Bobby Kicks. You ready for this one? When we did the Stay Strapped episode, you talked about the sneaker that Michael Jordan wore for the Gatorade commercial. What was that sneaker?
No way. No way. Really?
The OG black
Oh,
diamond turf
man.
on black and purple.
Wow.
Woo.
Well, okay. Now I'm mad that I can't see him. Damn it. Okay.
And that's
This
OG.
shoe?
That's
They
awesome.
never retroed that color.
Nah.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Woo.
That's why a lot of people looking for and want this color. You know.
That's a rare color. For you never really see that. Even on eBay, you never really see that color.
Yeah, you don't really see the black.
Wow. All black, everything with the little purple hints. Woo.
Yeah.
That commercial was so cool, and I always wonder, like, what are they wearing? Because they don't look like Jordans, you know. But and then when I paid attention to it, I was like, oh, those are like trainers of some sort. And then I thought they were the carnivores, the all black. I mean, they reminded me of the carnivores because they didn't come in all black back in the day, but they reminded me of when we were doing that episode. But that's super cool, yeah.
Terrance, you just broke the internet with those. You don't see those often. Not that color. Not that color.
Yeah, this is a cool one. Again, I remember when they first came out, it was just, I mean, the waves. Again, all of these shoes that I'm showing, I mean, everybody knows Jordan, right? Jordan did his thing. But it was so many other shoes at that time.
Yes.
To where Jordan wasn't the most popular shoe. It just wasn't, right at that time.
It was very competitive. Other brands had great models too.
Yeah.
Fila was up there. Reebok was up there. Like, you know, there were other brands, you know, competing. And that's what made it, in my opinion, like the 90s, that's why it was so fun to live through, because you can pick any brand and you'll have a freaking badass shoe, you know?
Yeah.
And it's, you can't lose. You can't lose.
And you know what? And something hits different with that shoe when it's all black, got hints of purple, but then you got the gold strap, and then you got the gold Nike in the back, right? Gold Nike in the back too.
Yeah.
That right there is that's just a pop. That's a small little detail that I love personally.
Yeah. The thing about this shoe too, like a lot of the shoes that I'm showing, like I remember in the 90s, one of the things that I always think about to live through it is, if you think about it, like now all of the like top sports players have shoes, right? You got to be a top sports player, right?
Yeah.
Like now, you know. But back in the day, all of these companies were starting out, so they was giving people a chance. And so that's why you had more of a variety in the 90s.
Yep.
You know, that's why you got people like even Kevin Johnson had Converse.
Yep.
You know, you got Karl Malone, L.A. Gear, you got Akeem Olajuwon, Etonic, and, you know, Spalding.
Yep.
You got, it wasn't just the top. Etonic. It wasn't just the top.
100%. Let me just do a little stop. I got to recognize, I see my mother, Rosemary Haynes. My mother's on this. Umi, now you see why you was taking me downtown Brooklyn to go sneaker shopping when I was 6, 7, 8, 10 years old with these holding things like that. That's the reason why you was taking me sneaker shopping, because he's holding those classics. Thanks for supporting always. Love you. Go ahead, Terry.
And then, you know, full circle, years later, full circle, here we are, you know?
Right?
Yeah.
My mother was my sneaker partner. We would go, because in New York, it's a bunch of mom and pops. So in the 80s, 90s, she'll take me. I did good in school. She's like, all right, you got $100. What you going to get? Right? And I'll get like the Hirachis or something, and then I'll break down every single sneaker, and then I show, oh, look at Biggie. Biggie wearing these sneakers. So my mother's very versed in sneakers because of me. So it hits my heart. That's all. Sorry, Terrance.
Nah, you good. So what was, I mean, it's a question for even y'all. I got a question for y'all. What was like a mom and pop sneaker store in the 90s? Like, the one.
New York had 10,585 mom and pops. So in New York, we got 5 boroughs. So I'm from Brooklyn. We mainly go downtown Brooklyn. Right there, downtown Brooklyn, is at least 18 different mom and pops. So I'm lucky. I can go to Harlem, 125th Street, and there's another 25 mom and pops. So New York, all we had, Foot Locker. Nobody really went to Foot Locker. We didn't go to Champ. We went to mom and pop. That's true. And we call them VIMs. My man, he said VIMs. That was one. And so we go to the Arabs. We call them the Arabs. That's what we call them. Sorry, Bobby.
Yeah. So
no, I was gonna say pick one that stood out to you out of that list.
My boy Brooklyn coach 7A, he just said it. Vims, VIMs, either
Okay.
Vims or Dr. J's. Those are cool.
Okay.
yeah.
I got one I could share, and I remember this place too. Man, vividly, so vividly. This was early in the 90s. I was a kid. I remember grocery shopping with my mom, and then next door in the shopping plaza, right next door, there was this Asian shop. It was called Steven's Shoes. Steven's Shoes. If you're from Arizona, you know what I'm talking about. Oh my God, small little shop. You go in there, all the left shoes were on top of the boxes, rows and rows of shoes. Cortez's, Jordan,
Damn.
Chuck Taylor's, everything. And I remember just going in there and just smelling that, the fresh shoes that, off the freaking, like, the stock. And so that was my local shop that stood out to me. And then all the big box stores started coming in, like Just for Feet, Wolf, Foot Locker, Champs, and so on. But Steven's Shoes, if you're in Arizona, man, you know what I'm talking about.
That's
it was
dope.
right next to a Mexican grocery store that my parents used to go to all the time. And I used to just play some arcades right there in the store, and then go to the next door to go check out the shoes and just window shop. So that was my store, man.
Yep. Oh, Terrance, what about you? What about for you?
We had a so again, I grew up in a small town in Louisiana, so we only had like malls and not really mom and pops, but we had one store called Wiener. You ever heard of Wiener?
Hey, yo, pause. Nah, you ever heard
It was the name of the store. It was. I mean, but that store was like and it was only. It might have been just like in like Louisiana, Houston. I mean, Texas, and maybe some parts of Mississippi. It was like it's a southern regional type of department store. And they had, like Dion's and like the Zoom turfs and like the, clothing like the Logo 7 and Nutmeg shirts and like, Salem Sportswear. It was that type of store. And that was like our store. It wasn't open that long. I don't know when but that was the store.
That's dope.
That was the store.
That's dope. What else you got for us, Terrance? What else you got, man?
Oh, I'm gonna go with let me do something different since everybody got the bacon, right? Everybody, I got the bacons too, but I'm gonna do something a little different.
Okay.
Okay. Oh man.
Oh, wait.
Okay.
Bobby, I think you got those. What are those called, Terrance?
Barbecues.
Oh yeah, the BQs. The BQs.
But with
the alarm on the back. Wow.
Wow. Nice.
Yeah.
That's OG.
These are cool because they're that cloth material. Yeah.
It's what's the material?
Oh, it's canvas. Canvas.
Yeah. These are
You know what? That red with black and then that yellow shoelace, man, with the air, man. Those are classics. Those are classics.
It's a good one.
Those are classics. That's a good one.
Again,
and then there's the air grill.
Yeah, and shoes like this, I mean, everybody know the story. Like they stopped making them. So if you have them, you have them, right?
Exactly Bobby, right. Yeah, we did an episode all about the.
We have an episode about that controversy.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
Right. I love the bacons. Yeah.
Yeah. They even got a lot of. I don't know if y'all ever seen like the old like on vintage like the shirts with the logo on it.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I have the hat. I have the hat too.
Yeah. It's hard.
Tough.
Oh, then I'm gonna go into my little stash.
Oh, gee. What now, Bobby?
The new
ones. What are those called again?
Nike Air Adjust Force Max.
Adjust Force Max. With the straps, Bobby. Different straps, interchangeable.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Yeah. It's a strap. Gotcha. It's the one that looked like the pair that my mom had, but without the strap, right? That model. Yeah, gotcha. And I know recently Soul to Soul had a post on his page that had the vintage pair on there, or actually, yeah, he had the vintage pair of the white ones I was talking about. But yeah, it reminded me of the same thing.
What he's holding is the OG. So Ambush, the brand Ambush, created a collab. It didn't do too well, but they try to bring that flavor back. But those back in the days, fire.
Yeah.
I remember all the girls used to wear that all the time. In the basketball team, they had the different colors.
Yeah.
They look super good on them. It was a cool shoe. Yeah, it was a cool shoe.
Yeah, it was tough.
Yeah, this is a shoe I always wanted. Another thing, I remember you know, on Bobby and you go to y'all was talking about like the hunt and like finding like and knowing the name. Like, guess how much I found these for?
Don't tell me $9.99.
$40.
$10.
$10.
Wow.
Where?
What's the condition on them? I can't see the condition. How's the
Bobby,
condition?
good condition, Bobby. Good
Yeah.
condition. Yeah.
Nice. So, hey, Terrance, let me ask you this. Terrance, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
So when you're on the hunt, do you mind if the shoes are pre-owned?
Oh, I like own.
Okay, good. Okay.
I would rather
Because
because the stuff that I'm looking for is not new stuff. If that makes you
true.
see what I'm saying? Like so I kind of expect it to be like owned a little bit. Like I would rather.
Hold on, Bobby. Terrance. So your quality, your videos is starting to degrade. It's starting to be a little pixelated. Are you on Wi-Fi?
Go T. Your videos are a little choppy too.
Mine too.
Should I?
Yeah.
All right, Bobby.
Been a lot of choppy too.
We may have to get off Instagram Live in the future and use it as a platform to go because Instagram Live is giving us.
Yeah, we're gonna look into it.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, we're gonna look into it.
Go ahead.
Nah, it's all good. Yeah, but this right here,
$10.
I mean, $10 for my search. A lot. So there's a lot of real collectors. We all kind of follow the same people on Instagram, right?
Yep.
So a lot of the real OG collectors are from where?
Texas. Right?
Overseas.
Oh.
True.
Overseas.
True.
Oh, yeah, overseas. Oh,
yeah.
Europe, Japan.
Yeah, I've noticed a lot of Europeans. A lot of Europeans. Yeah. A lot of people. I actually noticed a lot of collectors like from Ukraine had some badass gear that I've seen.
Oh yeah. All the way over there, those guys got stuff you just
don't see,
never seen
at all.
You just not
gonna see. I'm following one dude.
Japan too. Japan.
I'm following one dude. He's from New Zealand, and I'm looking like, yo, how do you like? Where does this stuff?
How do you? That's true.
Where does this stuff come from? Yeah, you're right on that.
Europe, UK, London, New Zealand, over there, those guys got all kinds of stuff.
Yeah. So I'm a fan of Japan. Japan, I've seen some really cool stuff in Japan.
Yeah.
Online. Yeah, that's what I've noticed. And then Ukraine. Those are the two that really stood out to me. Actually, in Spain, I actually seen some people in Spain have some badass gear too. So,
yeah. And so this guy was actually from Japan. So
wow.
I got these from
$10
from Japan.
Damn.
Yeah. So how I gauge it, like, because I mean, you know, the shipping about $50, $60.
Yeah.
So I just, you know, I can kind of give myself a gauge where the shoe can't be that much, and then I'm willing to pay the $50, $60 shipping.
That makes sense.
That's how I can do it.
Those are tough.
Oh, I actually, so, you know, today I went to ThriftCon, and matter of fact, I got them on because I wore them to ThriftCon. One of my favorite silhouettes.
Ooh, damn. Yeah. Football, turf?
Yeah. Nike Air Pro Street.
Say it again?
Nike Air Pro Street.
Pro Street. Those
okay.
So those are the ones. I think those are Revenge sneakers #1, right? His #1 kicks. Yo, the carbon fiber, the 3M. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
Everything about
that's a tough shoe.
The shape, the strap.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Terrance.
The shape, the strap, like you said, the carbon fiber, the little blue, just on a.
Look at that detail. Did they retro those?
That's nice.
Retro those?
Yeah, they did.
2015?
2014.
Huh?
2014.
1 year off.
2014.
Okay.
14. Okay.
Those.
So you know,
that's tough too.
Oh my God! What the hell? So Bobby Kicks, he pulls out the same pulls. He takes out the same sneaker, but it's white and red. I've never seen that color in my life. What?
No, I haven't seen that either.
Wow.
White and red.
That's
so it's the Nike Air Pro Street Bobby, but it's red and red. Nike Air Pro
Nice.
Street red
Bruce Smith
with the
Black was good. Black, yeah. Oh my God, yo, that toe box is crazy.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I mean,
yeah, those are tough. Those are tough. Bruce Smith joints.
Gotta be a top 2.
Those are tough.
Gotta be a top 2. Again, shoes like this. If you notice, a lot of the shoes that I showed too, like in the '90s, straps were a thing.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. A strap. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are tough.
So
those are fire.
I mean, you had so many different models and so many different styles that I mean, the thing about the '90s, that era could never be duplicated. So it just always stands out to me because it's so many different shoes. You got ACG, you got Reebok above the rim, you got the preseason line, you got up tempo, you got, it's so many.
There's so many subcategories. Yeah.
So many subcategories, exactly. And it looked like they took the designs a little bit more serious back then.
100.
Yes, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Yes, I 100%.
Right.
Yeah.
Right now,
it was performance. It looked good.
Go ahead, Bob.
No, I was saying, it had performance. It looked good, and it was at a reasonable price for what you were getting.
Yeah.
In my opinion. So, yeah.
Yeah. Now it's just like, okay, let's add a celebrity to a sneaker now, make it a collab.
Yeah.
And let's get
cheap materials
with the design.
Yeah.
Cheap materials. They slap on their celebrity, and then they freaking add 60 more bucks to it. It's like, come on, dude.
Yep. Now I know this right here. I remember this shoe vividly too. This another one that shook the world.
Mount Matumbo. The Adidas
Again.
Matumbo.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, but
again.
Wow, those are awesome. Super high top, right?
Super high top. Super high top. Fat tongue. Super high top.
Man, when those came out, oh my goodness. And then when they got even the tongue, when you look at the tongue pause, you look at like the that's like the Kenya tribal sign. Like, come on, man. Details.
Yeah.
Details.
That pattern. Right. Yeah.
Again, design. Like, it wasn't just the top players. You had like Mutombo with shoes. You had, you know what I'm saying? It was like guys that, I mean, it wasn't just the top 5 popular guys that had shoes.
Yep.
It was so many that they gave shoes.
Yep.
And that's what I liked about the '90s. They probably would never do that again because now it's a business, right?
Now it's a business, yeah.
They had a silhouette for anyone, like everyone back in the day. They had a silhouette for the big dude, for the big player, for the forward, for the guard. They had everything. They had everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. And again,
and you know what I really loved about the '90s? When you look at the shoe, a signature shoe, it looked like that player. Not physically, but it looked like it was meant for that player.
There you go.
It don't look like that shoe don't look like a Jordan. That shoe don't look like a Pippen.
Yeah,
it looks like a Mutombo. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
It has a personality to it. It has a personality to it. And that's what's awesome about back in the day. Like the designers that they work with, they got to know the player and then, capture their attitude and then put it in a shoe freaking design, and it worked out. It's so cool. Yeah.
And this right here, what really made me like this is a lot of people feel to realize because the design is so well that it's actually an Adidas.
Right. Right. Right.
It don't look like an Adidas.
No. Right.
I mean, the way they did it, just putting the yellow halfway on the tongue right there to stop.
That's crazy. That little detail is crazy. What a beautiful
the 55.
Oh my God.
I mean, come on.
Yeah, Mutombo's is crazy.
Oh, so then we're gonna go. So this right here is a 1993.
Ooh, is that that's not above the rim?
Oh, so this right here, this is called the Reebok D-Time. This is like the actual D Brown like signature shoe.
Oh, nice.
Oh wow.
So so the black one that he wore,
Omnizone.
that was just like, he wore those, but this is his actual only signature shoe.
So
And if you look at the back,
is that what's that in the back? Is this logo? You kidding
yep.
me? Bobby Kicks, the logo of the back of the shoe is this.
No. Oh, wow. It's like his own little jump man, right? Wow. Okay.
Bobby Kicks, the bottom of the shoe is like this. Yo, Terrance,
That's cool.
I don't think I've seen those before, man.
It's not a lot of people know about.
So he got his own signature right after he won the dunk contest? Yo, that's wow. Wow.
So
Makes sense.
yeah, so if you Google like D Brown like signature shoe, like a lot of times, you know, like we always talk about signature shoes and like we call them, you know, Bo Jackson's because he wore them. It's not his actual shoe. Like this shoe is D Brown's actual shoe that
That's a rare gem, brother. That's a rare gem. That's a rare gem.
And it's called the Reebok D Time.
Wow.
And
D Time. Okay, wow.
And it has wow. Okay, when we
you know they used to show you how to work the pump.
How to work the pump. You know what? They that's something that's a lost art. Booklets are so booklets are so impactful back in the 90s, right, Bobby?
Big time. The pump?
Crazy. Terrance, we had a conversation on the phone, and we asked every one of our guests this. We're like, hey, what's your top 5? What's your top 5 silhouette of all time? I hope you haven't shown any of them.
I showed a few of them.
Okay, so if you want to just go down that list, let the audience know what's your top 5 silhouettes of all time. Kicks.
Number 1. I'm gonna go number 1.
All right.
Hirachi, Hirachi trainer, Bobby Kicks, Bo Jackson, Hirachi trainer.
Okay. The Bows. Number 1. Okay.
Number 1.
Wow.
Okay.
Number 2. I'm gonna go with.
Ooh, the Air Flight LWP, Bobby Kicks. LWP.
Of course.
That's
those are awesome.
So,
blue shoes.
Again,
yeah, lightweight.
A shoe that looks good in this light.
Tough. Number 2.
Again, when I like something,
you got all colors. He got another color. He had the black and blue, black and red. Crazy.
Nice.
Crazy. Z, you see that, right, Z? You see that, Z? That's your favorite shoe.
That's a shoe. Okay. Yeah, that's awesome.
Those, I know there's a football sneaker. I forgot the name.
Yeah.
I forgot the name.
Nike Air Mission Trainer.
That's right. Hey, Nike Air Mission Trainer. Junior Seau.
That name's us familiar.
Yes, sir. Mission Trainer.
You probably used to see the blue ones, but this one, the shape of the shoe.
You don't see the red. Yeah, you don't see the red that often. Yeah.
Junior Seau. Yeah.
Those are tough. You know what? That's a very underrated color blocking.
Oh yeah. Yeah, like kind of like the top in the
Very underrated color blocking. Yep. Yeah, that's fire.
Yeah.
So that's 3. That's fire. You see him, Bobby?
Oh, then I'm gonna show something you don't see a lot.
Oh boy.
I've forgotten about one.
Okay. Ooh, Adidas EQT.
Nah.
Oh wow,
Adidas
yeah.
Street ball.
Damn, I forgot.
Oh, that's right.
Wow.
I totally forgot about that. Wow.
The street
ball.
Forgot
about street ball.
I forgot they had that series, man.
That's right.
They had so many layers of shoe, like the street ball collection.
You know what? We always talk about like Air Rays. We talk about a Reebok Black Top. You don't really. Nobody talks about Adidas Street Ball.
Street ball. Look up their gear too. The gear that went with it.
I remember. Fire.
Yeah. I'm looking them up right now.
Terrance, you just took it back. You took it back on that one. That's very
again underrated. when they took designing serious, just to put this little orange
crazy
thing in the
that's crazy. Yeah, and you know what? That's purposeful too, because when you playing on concrete, you know your toe box gonna get scuffed, right? So that's purposeful too. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. These brands nowadays, they need to do an outdoor shoe again. They need to cater to those outdoor ballers again,
Yeah.
you know, because
Yeah.
there's a major difference. There's a major difference.
Yeah. You had those. Um, you also
Terrance, Black BAA asks, are those the Street Ball 2 or the Street Ball 1?
now this is two. The ones had a strap.
Strap. Those are 2s.
Yeah, they had a strap. But
Yep.
this shoe, I mean, you got this one. They took design serious. Like, look, just to put the orange right there, you got that. This kind of is like a sock under the stripes.
Yep. Did those come out
I mean,
around the
even
same?
how the front. Look at the shape.
Oh yeah, that little angle. That's crazy. And you know what? You can get that type of angle. You can get busy with color blockings, different color blockings, just off of that.
Mm-hmm.
Did those come out? Did those come out? Correct me if I'm wrong. This era that we're talking about is the same era of the Adidas EQT with the different socks. We're the same timeline, right?
Yeah.
93, 94?
Yeah, that's another bang.
Cool.
Yeah, EQT.
Cool.
It's just, but this is just a forgotten about line. The whole street ball. I mean, you got.
Adidas Street Ball 2, Bobby Dix.
Nice.
Now, since we're
man.
gonna go with,
I can't see the design. I see Reebok.
this is a Reebok above the rim.
ATR.
So remember they had the
Above the rim.
above the rim.
Above the rim.
What number are we on? What number are we on?
Oh, with the, you know what? I call that the first Air One logo. That's what I call it.
Yeah.
Before Air One had the logo. Above the rim. Yeah. You know what? Terrance, you don't see that often either.
Nah, you don't.
Bob,
What number are we on?
Bob, wait. Is this number 4 or number 5? Is this? Wait. Did we finish? Did we finish the top 5? I'm sorry, Bobby, I got caught up. Did we finish the top 5?
This 5. We're gonna call this 5.
That's number 5. All right, so wow.
Right top.
Yeah, this. I mean, just the little stuff that they used to do. Like they took time. Like, you see what I'm saying? It didn't have to. Everything didn't have to have a Reebok sign. Everything didn't have to have a Nike sign. You had Chris Webber had his logo. You had the Uptempo logo. You had the Agassi logo. You had the Street Ball logo. You had it wasn't just now a Nike sign or a Reebok sign. So even that little detail, you know.
You're right.
I agree.
Right.
I agree.
Like I showed you on these, they could have just put a Reebok sign right there, but they put
They did his logo.
the D Brown.
That's crazy. That's amazing.
You know?
Yeah, that's amazing. Wow.
So, I mean, it's just, I mean, it's so many different shoes that I can talk about and I can go down the list. I mean, you got Larry Johnson with Converse, you got Kevin Johnson. I mean, then if you go into baseball and football, you got Griffey.
Yeah.
Frank Thomas.
You got Frank Thomas. You got, I mean,
Frank Thomas, yeah.
Hurt. Even football, you got
even Hideo Nomo had a sneaker.
Yeah.
The Nomo Max.
Yeah. I mean, go ahead.
Real quick. I had a quick question about I think you mentioned Karl Malone and LA Gear. Remember he was with Apex afterwards?
Yeah.
After LA Gear? Yeah. He was wearing, I remember him wearing that gear when he was playing against the Bulls in the finals, the Apex. And that's something I really want to see someone like bring out, those Apex shoes. Do you have any Apex in your collection?
I have some.
Of course you do.
Oh wow, okay.
I have some. And I
It was
mean,
still under the radar.
Are those Karl Malones?
now this is just a Apex referee shoe.
Wow.
Oh wow, okay,
Apex
yeah.
Look at the tongue.
With Apex NFL referee shoe, barbecue NFL logo on the tongue.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's
That's such an
crazy.
under the radar brand that no one really knew about, much.
Yeah.
Even E-Tonic. People forgot about E-Tonic. People forgot about
Wow.
Apex. There's a bunch of other little,
Wow.
yeah.
Yeah, so a lot of times when we talk about the big brands, right? The big three, Nike, Adidas, Reebok, but when you start to search and go on this hunt to the 90s, you forget about brands like Spalding because they had a basketball, so you forget about the shoes, right?
Yep.
And so Apex made jackets, but they did make a few shoes, and brands like
Right.
LA Gear and Theodora and
Yep.
Spot Built and all of these other brands, and especially Converse because Converse was the first actual sneaker,
Yep. Yep.
Yeah. Some say that Chuck Taylor's was the first signature shoe, and then others say that the Clyde from Puma, Clyde Frazier, that was the first signature shoe. So there's like a little debate between which one was the first basketball signature
I also
shoe.
heard before even Converse, there was PF Flyers with the first shoe as well.
I can see that.
I've also heard
see that.
PF Flyers are like the first like basketball. I think Bob Cousy or somebody was wearing. I don't know, something like that.
Well, but it didn't have his name on it. That's what I consider a signature when they have your name on it. So, for example, like Chuck Taylor was Chuck. That was a signature shoe, and then you had Clyde Frazier, which was a Clyde Frazier with the Clyde and Puma. Everyone always regards the Clyde being the first signature basketball shoe because there was a lot of money involved. There was a high profile athlete behind it, so everyone considers that one the first signature shoe.
Yeah.
But yeah,
true. You're right on that. Terrance.
Hey,
Terrance, we had an hour. How you feeling right now, man? How you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I want to show y'all some gear now.
Oh, all right.
I got some gear.
Let's get your left turn. Kicks. Listen, you feel comfortable with all the kicks you got? You know what? A request for the fans, and I'm just making this up. Let's do one. Okay. What's one sneaker gem that you feel that the audience, the Kickstorian, should see?
We gotta go.
That's a tough one.
I know. One gem. I know I messed up, Bobby. My bad, Bobby. My bad.
It's all good. I was looking at the street ball from Adidas, and I guess they came out with retros.
Yep.
That's really cool. They look good.
You know what? I saw you post that, but did that ever even come out?
No, it didn't.
Bobby,
just a sample.
A pair of Reeboks. Go ahead, Terrance. You explain. Go ahead.
So Bobby, this is right here is a Reebok Graphite Pro. So this originally came out in like 93, 94, but this is like a retro of it. But this one is a sample, so it never came out. And this was like Reebok's version of a cross trainer, basically.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah, so it's like Reebok Graphite Pro. So Reebok, when they did these and the whole preseason line and all of these type of cross trainers, that was their version of like the Huarache, and cross trainer from Nike.
Why didn't they come out?
They came out, but not in this color. So this color specifically, this is a sample.
Yeah. You know what? How dare them? How dare them? A couple of things I'm noticing on that one. First one, number one, how dare them have the vector come out on the ankle side of the sneaker? Come on.
A design. That we go.
Like, how dare
they took it serious.
That's creative. That's creative. And then is that a multicolor sock liner I'm looking at?
Yep. So you know what it reminds me of? So Bobby, I know you can't see, so that's why I keep calling your name. So the inside of the sock liner look like those old 90s cups. You know those old 90s scribble cups?
Yeah, those to keep the drink cold, like that koozie.
No, just with the purple and the teal, like the 90s, the scribble 90s.
Oh, you're talking about like those cheap, those plastic, those paper cups.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. That's how the sock.
Yeah. So that color scheme, it's like a turquoise, like aqua color.
And again, so like just like Huarache, like this sock part is the shoe. This goes all the way to the front. So this is like the cross.
Reebok, you can have the retro. Those are serious.
I'm telling you, Reebok is going to come back and they're going to become a retro brand, and they should study collectors like us to say, hey, you know what, we should bring out these gems again, you know, and really
Yeah,
put performance and good
I
quality
mean,
materials.
I started looking at all of the older shoes from the 90s, and next to Nike, I used to think it was Adidas, but Reebok literally has like the best shoes, second to Nike. If you go
I
down
have to
think
agree.
so.
a history
I
and
have
you
to
look,
agree.
you'll be surprised.
I have to
You'll be
agree.
surprised.
Yeah,
Between all of them,
100%.
because they had the genres, then they had the sub-genres. So you had the pump, but from the pumps, you had the battleground. Then you had the above the rim. You know, then you had it went in so many different directions that you forget about all of those shoes. The preseason ones with the strap. You know what I'm saying? Then they had the low top.
I agree.
Yeah,
I mean,
100%. Yeah.
it's
crazy,
Reebok got
crazy.
crazy shoes. You know,
Yeah, that's crazy.
aside from they keep bringing back the Club C's. Like, how many times can you?
For real.
I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah,
it's so many shoes they can do. And then
yeah.
so we up into this vintage world when it comes to gear. Now, go T, you can see, and you from New York, so this might make you a little proud.
Okay.
Bobby, you from the West Coast. I don't know if this was a thing in the West Coast, but I'm gonna start off with, and I'm gonna show you a vintage.
Iceberg. Iceberg history. Come on.
Nice.
Iceberg history. Cut it out. Cut
It
it
wasn't
out.
popular. Like I knew about Iceberg from a friend of mine back in junior high. He used to talk about it because he had a little bit more like knowledge on like the other brands, and he told me about it. And then later in the years, I started noticing like, oh, Iceberg, this is kind of cool, you know. So yeah,
Let me tell you
that's cool
something
stuff.
about
But it wasn't
Iceberg.
popular
Let me
back
tell you
then in
something
my
about
opinion.
Iceberg. So Iceberg, I'm gonna date you. New York City Iceberg, Jay-Z Reasonable Doubt album. Reasonable Doubt,
Okay.
Biggie, Ready to Die. That's the era we're talking about right
Yeah.
now. And Iceberg
Yeah.
was only sold in like 3 or 4 stores. The main stores in New York was 2 main stores. It was a store in Soho, which is we call the Village. It was called Atrium.
Mm-hmm.
Now Atrium is Kith. Kith is now Kith.
Oh.
The Kith building.
Yeah.
That's not our building. Our building is Atrium. Atrium. That's where you find all the Iceberg. And then Bloomingdale's. When you go to Bloomingdale's, which is the high-end department store, those are only the 2 main places you get an Iceberg. So people went crazy. That sweater right there was easy $500. Now $500.
Oh yeah, it was cheap.
Oh yeah, $500 in 93, 94 was crazy.
Yeah. So that's the thing, Bobby, about these like the Iceberg stuff. Like, I mean, back in the day, it wasn't cheap.
No.
Like for Iceberg, like that was like they even, I think, we got them at, they sold it in Saks even.
It's Saks, yeah, Saks.
They sold it in Saks.
Saks Avenue, yep.
So
yeah,
we
Iceberg.
used to. So growing up, a little story about Iceberg. So we had, growing up in my little town in Louisiana, it's about 30 minutes outside of New Orleans, right? So growing up, when we would have high school dances, me and my brother and my cousins, we would actually ride to New Orleans, which we call the city. So we would ride to the city because they had a mall in the city called the Plaza. So we would go to the Plaza and get like the Maurice Malone and the Iceberg and the Jabot and go back to our little town and go to school. Like, where y'all get that from? So that was our little trick. Yeah. So Iceberg, I mean, in the 90s, you know, I mean, again, rap videos, right? Rap City.
Yep. Okay, that makes sense.
Quick story I'm going to share about. One quick story I'll share about Iceberg and my experience. So this is like 90, maybe like 96. I started seeing them in stores. There was one store that I saw in our mall, Arizona Mills. Back then, it was an actual mall. It wasn't like a discounted mall what it is today. It was an actual mall. And they had one store in there, high end. They had a lot of like urban style, like brand stuff like that. And they had Iceberg. They were super big, like, you know, Bugs Bunny print and stuff like that. I always thought they were cool, but obviously they were too big for me, and they're like $500, like you said. But that was my first experience seeing it. in person back in like '96.
Yep.
Yeah.
Iceberg was a big deal. I remember vividly Jay-Z wearing it a lot and Trick Daddy wore it a lot.
Yep. 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 Man, that's a gym right there.
I think they might have sponsored him. Then, so back to the 90s, like another gym growing up was this right here.
Polo? Of course.
But
Now,
this is leather.
Wait. A polo leather. Woo.
Yeah.
Damn, polo. I've never seen a polo leather like that. That's crazy. That's fire. Damn.
Yeah, this was growing up again. This was remembering back to my childhood. This was one of those things that I saw and I wanted and I thought was cool, but I couldn't get it. So like I remember a lot of those things, and like Bobby said, I go on a hunt and I try to remember back to either a music video, a baseball card, a football card, and that's how I kind of like remember. I feel, So this right here, this was now it's not Polo the brand.
Oh,
but
it's not.
It's not
Ralph Lauren.
It's not Ralph Lauren the brand. But this was like this is a leather 9000. So it was like one of those companies that made all of the like Supreme leather goods, like bags and stuff.
So would you say is that a bootleg?
I mean, you can say that. Yeah. It's not Ralph Lauren.
Right, it's
not Ralph Lauren.
That's fine.
But it was in the store that sold like that made leather jackets.
Oh,
they made it.
Got you. So,
yeah.
So that type of leather, because it looks like good quality leather, was probably costing a lot of money.
Yeah, it's real. Like the stores that used to make, the leather jacket.
That's crazy.
This was a big deal. This was hard in the 90s. In Louisiana, this was a big deal.
Wow.
One quick story I want to share. One quick story I want to share about the whole idea of bootlegs right now. If you notice, like a lot of especially Nike, they're actually creating a lot of like bootleg style, like clothing. And the reason why I say that is because back in my day, like in the 90s, we used to have swap meets, all right? Swap meets was a place to go find people selling their stuff or even bootleg stuff. And a lot of times they had like bootleg Nike. And actually I remember buying a jersey and the shorts, a matching fit. And then years later, Supreme started coming out with like styles that look almost exactly like a swap meet bootleg. And I'm like, dude, they're looking at everything now. They're trying to bring back everything now. So it's really fascinating to see that, man. That's cool.
They look at
Go ahead, Terrance.
Yeah.
Go ahead,
so they're looking at everything so much. Today, like earlier, I went to DriftCon. I went to the drifting event that I took up on. So, and they had, some young gentlemen in a line behind me, and I was talking to them and just telling them, like you said, everything now, it's nothing new. They all got it from somewhere. Like, Bobby said, it's coming from somewhere. They're taking it from somewhere. Everything is coming from something from the night.
Yep.
We know because we were there.
100%.
You're exactly right.
100%.
Yep.
100%.
Yep. So we're not surprised, we're never surprised. Like, been there, done that, But yeah, but it's exciting too at the same time because it's like cool. I can at least buy something new that reminds me of the past if I can't get my hands on the actual vintage piece at least, So.
Yeah.
And then, now everybody know about these. So we're gonna really shake it up a little bit. So the sharks.
Starter. Is that Bobby? Is that a starter though? Yep. Bobby Kids. Aqua blue starter San Jose Sharks NHL. Ooh, that logo is nasty.
You had me on aqua blue. Anything aqua blue, I'm in. I'm in because that color is iconic to the 90s. So I love it. Yeah.
Man, and you know what? That's not a retro. That's an OG. That's those OG threads.
Oh yeah. It's not you can tell by the.
Yeah, tough.
Yeah,
listen,
you can tell.
You wear that with a starter hat or a G hat. Remember the G hats?
Oh, yeah, with the G on it, with the G
on the side. Yeah, that's tough.
Are you talking about the Georgetown hats?
No, I think the brand was called The Game. In the back right here, it had like a G.
Oh, that one. That's okay. Gotcha. Yeah, because I remember I had a Georgetown hat that had the G on there, and that got a lot of people's attention back in the day. I didn't think much of it. I just liked the bulldog, you know, but it had the G only, and
Yeah,
everyone loved that hat. So I thought that's what you were talking about.
yeah,
Got
yeah,
it.
yeah. That's
Yeah, this
that's
right
a
here,
tough
this
code.
being
That logo is
you had. I mean, everybody know about Starter, the
yeah.
puffy one.
Exactly. Yeah, the big puffers. Yep. The bigger, the better. They had, you know, a lot of girls back in my day, they wore the, you know, the Dallas Cowboys one or the San Francisco 49ers. It was always those two.
The 49ers was a big one. The Raiders was a big one too. The Raiders?
Yeah, that's right. The Raiders. Yep.
The
Yep.
Raiders was the
When
big
it was
one.
LA Raiders.
Yeah,
When it was
yeah.
Los Angeles
I
Raiders.
have
Yep.
I'm a hardcore 49er fan, and I have the gold starter, OG gold starter 49er jacket. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Chalkline is another good brand.
Talk
Chalkline.
line too, yeah.
Talk line.
Yeah. Man, let me tell you something.
Yeah.
Starter wearing starter jackets in New York was very dangerous. Very dangerous.
I heard
Very.
stories.
You wear
I've heard.
you wear a starter jacket, you at your own risk. You at your own risk.
Yeah,
Starter jackets starter jackets will you will get robbed in a second off of a starter jacket. It was that serious. Yeah, man.
yeah.
All right. So look, we had an hour 25. Give us a couple, Terrance. I mean, Terrance, we're gonna have to do a part 2A for Bobby Kicks to really see this live. That's number one, right?
Yeah.
Number two, you have a lot of gear. You have a lot of history. You have a lot of history. So show us a couple more pieces. We're gonna wrap this one up, and then we're gonna get into a part 2. So show us a couple more pieces. Show the audience some new pieces. Yeah.
I'm gonna show you this piece right here. I'm gonna show. I was again the hunt. The way I search for stuff is, if I really want something and I'm like set on it, is like I gotta find it. I gotta find it. I gotta find it. So, and then I'm the type of person, I'll watch something, I'll put it on my wait list, on my watch list, and I'll watch it 2-3 years. Hoping that eventually they go down on the price.
Word.
You're patient. You're very patient.
Oh yeah, very, very. And this piece right here, I found. This is from, if you watch an old Tupac video, the trap video, Tupac had this on.
Is that? Don't tell me that's used. Don't tell me that's used.
Yeah.
Don't tell me that's used by Ellie. That's not used by Ellie. That, oh my God, he got used. What do you know about used?
You got to describe it for me. Come on.
What do you know about used? Oh,
Me again. So now I gotta give you the history. That's what it's about. Kickstory. I gotta give you the history.
wait,
Give you the history.
Hold on. Before you get the history, because Bobby Kicks can't see this. Bobby Kicks. Used, there was a couple of brands in the late 80s that was iconic in New York City. I can only speak, and one of them was Used. It was called Used. It was jeans. It was jeans, like jackets and pants, and it had Used all over it. And that was you had to be a drug dealer to get Used, pretty much, right? It wasn't a popular brand nationwide. I know that for a fact. It was mainly New York. And it was called Used by Ellie. I haven't seen it since 1989, and he has a used jacket, hoodie jacket.
Okay.
Go ahead,
I gotta look it up.
Go
I
ahead,
gotta look it
yeah.
up. Yeah, I gotta look it up. I'm not familiar. Okay, cool.
So look
Yeah,
it up.
go for it.
When you look it up, look up Tupac trap video. Tupac on his first album, he got the video "You Got Me Trapped." Look at his video and watch what he's wearing in the trap video.
Terrance.
So this is the same jacket.
You guys knew about Used in Louisiana?
So the history. So Louisiana, I think is overlooked when it comes to fashion and style. Like specifically, like closer towards New Orleans. Like, and I gotta like say this and put this out there, but like we wore Used by Ellie, we wore Iceberg, we wore Gucci loafers, we wore Balance, we wore Reeboks, we wore Jabos, like, but it's not a major city, so it probably just got shadowed, over, LA, NY. But growing up in my small town, we used to go to New Orleans and go shopping. Like that was like a thing for us, and like those guys down there, like always had style, Like, so this right here,
Wow.
this was big in New Orleans. Big.
Yo, Terrance, you killing me with that one right there, dogs. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
Wow.
Used was, so again, from a kid, so when I got older, I started thinking what was popular, Used. And I said, now I got to find it.
All right.
But this piece right here,
Terrance, have you heard of, it's the same time it came out as Used, Damage.
oh, speaking of damage.
Come on, don't tell me you got damage, man. You don't got damage?
What you want to,
You don't have damage.
I mean,
You do not have damage. You know what?
That's cool, man.
Like they say at the end of, like they say at the end of Juice, you got the juice now. You got the juice now. You got a damage jacket, bro?
again, we wore that in Louisiana too.
You know what? I apologize because New Yorkers can be very ignorant. I apologize because we thought that we were the only one rocking this stuff, and I am learning a Kickstory lesson right now. You got a damaged jacket, bro, and a used jacket. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I wish.
So again,
I wish my brothers is watching this right now. I hope one of my brothers is watching this right now. Go ahead.
So again, growing up, like for me, I was kind of a little bit more hip and early on it because again, I was into rap videos. Like I literally watch Rap City every day. I got to press that Rap City every day. And so like again, that used jacket that I showed you, Tupac had it on in this video. So if you look up that jacket now online, this jacket is like $1,000.
Wow.
Because Tupac had it on in his rap video.
So that's okay. Okay, so that's okay.
Yeah, that's why. This specific one with the hood. So
yo, Terrance,
and I'm gonna show you.
Terrance, you killing me right now. I ain't gonna lie, you killing me right now. You killing me right now.
So
that goes back to the point. That goes back to the point of like, if you know, you know. If you live through that era, you know what to look for, and then
Unbelievable.
you can easily find it and get it because no one else is looking for it because you lived through it. You know what you're looking for.
I was in it, and so the major damage in the used, like it was just a big. It was just such a big thing that we wore a lot. You know, like we wore it. That was like the top of the top. If you had Get Used,
but Terrance, this is like 89, 90, 90, 89, 90, 91. This is deep. Pause. This is
so check it out. I was
late.
Right. So I was born in 81.
I was born in 81,
but I was
too, man.
So see, well, there you go. So I was I wasn't outside doing the mischievous things. I was like a nerd. I was into like hip hop and the Source magazine and baseball cards, and fashion and shoes and like animals and like I was like a nerd into like what I was into. And so like fashion, like even though that's cool, my grandmother I used to stuff and I was always like that. You know? And so I'm gonna trip you out even more. I'm gonna show you one more piece. Bobby, you're gonna have to watch it back. And
Bobby, this stuff is not common, Bobby.
No, I believe it. I mean, you know, some of the brands you're talking about, I'm not familiar, so I'm definitely gonna do my homework.
Yo.
When the last time you said this?
Bobby, so he has a pair. Bobby, you gotta understand how significant this brand was in New York City in like 88, 89. This is Big Daddy Kane ain't no half stepping era. This is X-Clan. This is Public Enemy. This is oh my God. He has a brand new pair of damaged jeans, Bobby. That gotta be like an 89, 90. It still got the tags hanging out.
Still have the tag? Wow.
Yeah. And so we adopted and we adopted a lot of styles. And we adopted a lot of styles. So growing up, and I mean for me, and I was into fashion and I was into like Source magazine, even like Supreme, Dada Supreme. Remember Dada Supreme?
Yes, I do. Yeah, Dada Supreme, yeah.
So I mean, all that art. I knew about. I was in it, like head first. Whether it was rap videos, Source magazine, however I can get. Because this is a small town, right? We didn't have no real boards like that. So that was kind of my way.
that makes you even more special. If I can be honest with you, because I'm lucky. I didn't have to rely on TV. I just go outside. You was in a small town. You did your research. You found your niche. Everybody called you weird or like because nobody knew what that was about. And 20, 30, 40 years later, now look at you, man. A legend right now. Bobby, this is crazy, Bobby. This is crazy.
Yeah, so Bobby, like when you watch it back, the significant, like he's saying, of those like genes, like the use and the major damage. I mean, even if you watch any old like rap videos from the '90s or like old pictures, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna see it. You might not know what it was, but you've seen it. You've definitely seen it.
Okay.
And once again,
I've noticed that.
Go ahead, Bobby. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Bobby.
I've noticed that. I've noticed that when I was like I'm watching like old school like Martin or old school like Prince. I see like even like Wayne's brothers and stuff like that. I always see like gear. I'm like, oh, like that's what is that they're wearing. So that's my glimpse into like some of those pieces. But yeah, music videos had a lot of that too, and I'll definitely do my homework.
And to put you guys, when I look at those things, and I'm just being honest, I think of danger. Like to wear a used suit, you're getting robbed. Especially where I'm from Brooklyn. I'm from Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn. You wear a used suit, you're getting robbed. You wear a damaged suit, you getting robbed. Like that stuff was like premium, and my area was pretty bad, right? So you are psychologically tripping me out right now because I'm placing myself being 9, 10, 11 years old, going to the corner store, walking and seeing somebody wearing that like in awe, like wow, with gold teeth,
Because only certain people wore it, and so
only certain people wore it. That's not common. And we'll go to the stores. That damaged jacket was $85 back in 1989. $85.
Yeah.
That's equivalent to $300-$400. Sorry guys, I'm personally geeking out a little bit because this is taking me back to like childhood, man. Sorry, this is wild. Wow.
Yeah. This. I mean, again, for me growing up, I didn't have it, but I always knew about it because, like you say, only certain people had it, right? And so if they got on get used or major damage, it's like, damn.
Got it.
But you gotta look at the style of it though, Bobby. You gotta look when you get a chance, look up just a lot of the style. Like even like major damage, the jeans they used to have where you can flip the cuff and it had stuff under the cuff.
It had prints and stuff under it.
No, you're right. You're right because like my knowledge is more on like the sportswear, like more. But I did get a glimpse of like the hip hop and rap and stuff like that through my brother. He had a lot of like rap, albums stuff like that. And I remember on the album covers some of the stuff they were wearing. Ice-T was wearing a bunch of cool stuff. You got Bone Thugs and Harmony wearing a bunch of cool jackets and stuff like that too. There was one album that really stood out to me, and it was Drew Down. It was a Drew Down album. It was by Can You Feel Me? If you look at that album cover, he's wearing an old school Nike Jumpman suit, and he's wearing the Bred 11s. And I remember seeing that. I was like, holy crap, I want those freaking shoes. Because I wanted the Concords first, but I wanted those shoes. But so I understand, but I never really dug deep into it until, I started noticing like on TV, Martin, Fresh Prince, starting to wear that stuff. I was like, oh, okay, there's something here. So I was like kind of, wanted to do a little bit more research, so that's cool, yeah.
Yeah, so I was just, the things that I was into, and even now, the things that I'm into, when I'm into something, I'm like really into it. It's like I'm a nerd about it, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's not, and even growing up for me as a kid, I was a little ahead of the curve because I wasn't like a follower, so I always did my own thing. So it wasn't nothing for me to stand out, So I always like was really into what I was really into, even if nobody else wasn't into it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Which a lot of times,
did your own thing?
Did my own thing. Yep. Did my own thing. Which a lot of times make you be the first of that person. So I was the one, wearing a lot of stuff early because I wasn't following what everybody else was wearing.
Super good.
And so even when I search for stuff now, I search for stuff that, again, like you haven't seen in like 30, 40 years. I search for stuff that you haven't seen literally with your eyes in 30 years, and it's like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
So that's the type of like, I search high and low. I'm a like nerd about it. I will search like 6, 7 different websites. I was like, oh, this, It could be anything. I mean, what I remember from a baseball card, a football card, a basketball card, or like watching an old TV show, or like a rap video, or a Source magazine. You know, I'll kind of trail that back in my mind. Oh, remember when such and such had this on in that video, and such had on, and then I'll go start the hunt from there.
100%.
I mean, but I mean, I just do my own thing, and I just like follow, you know, the beat of my own drum. I don't, you know, I have like sports stuff too, but I just wanted to go deep in the vault, you know.
Let me tell you something. That's
with the rare.
That's a vault that you don't see. The vault that you displayed today. First of all, thank you again. Like, thank you again for this. Right? You had some rare pieces, and you have. And Bobby and I talked about this. You have an eclectic mix, right? You have like a variety of vintage pieces.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. That's and that's how I do this in general. Like even with the music and the like baseball cards. Like I actually still have some baseball cards. I have starting lineups. I still like do music. It's just like I look at all of this as like a creative like thing. Like you know what I'm saying? All of it together goes hand in hand. So I don't just collect old vintage sports stuff. I'm literally into anything from the 90s.
Right.
Like anything that reminds me of my childhood. Like I mean, anything.
What is that?
That's it.
East Bay. East Bay, Bobby. Yeah, rest
Same here. Same here. Honestly, that's exactly why I started Bobby Kicks. You know, Bobby Kicks was a deep dive into my childhood. Everything I started collecting and selling was to represent my era and what I experienced, and I wanted to share that with other people. So I'm the same way, man. I know exactly what you're talking about, so that's awesome. Before we sign off, we have to do a little screenshot. You know, I mean, I don't have anything to hold, but you know, so I'm just letting you guys know that before we turn out, we want to make sure we have a cool picture.
Do a quick screenshot real quick, whatever you want.
A couple of seconds, yeah. Tell me when you're ready, because I don't know.
Bobby Kicks, you ready right now? Right now, Bobby. All right. We good.
Just a couple
Terrance,
seconds.
Terrance, why don't you end us off? Tell everybody your handle. Tell them, where they can find you. And it has to be a part 2. You have too many gyms for it not to be a part 2. It's all yours.
Okay, cool. First off, my name is Terrance Keller. My Instagram is Terrance Keller. I'm into vintage sneakers, vintage clothing, vintage games, vintage cards, vintage watches.
Wow.
90s everything. Hats. I mean, I make music, I make beats, I produce, I rap. I'm just, thankful to share my love for sneakers and vintage stuff and 90s in general. And I mean, more so like my childhood, because that's what it's all connected to. It's not just the actual piece of the clothing. It's the memory and the time that it's attached to. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not just about the shoe. It's the time that's attached to it. Going, all the way riding to New Orleans to go look for like Iceberg and starter jackets and like Jabos, and Dillard's had a lot of Jabos. That's where we went to get Jabos, Dillard's, all of those memories, so it's about just the love of the game, the love of the culture. I'm thankful, that y'all had me. Happy to be here, thankful to share with the people my collection, my, eclectic diversity, of a collection. It's not just one thing. Again, it's just, I have jerseys, I have Iceberg, I have Get Used, I have Major, I have, just that. The thing about the 90s, and I'm going to leave the people with this, that era will never be duplicated. And that's what I like about it. You know what I'm saying? Everything now is either already done. And the thing about the 90s, that was the transition between, cassettes to CDs. That was the transition into the digital world. Like, it's never going to happen again.
That's true.
100%.
So, and that's the good thing about the 90s. And that's, that's kind of like, I always do things that remind me of the 90s. If you see my wall in the back, you see these toys that I got on the wall. Yeah. Vintage Transformers. You know what I'm saying? So, just thank y'all for having me, man. Thank y'all. It was a good time, man. And even after this, man, y'all stay in touch, man.
100%.
Y'all hit me up.
100%.
Whatever,
Actually, Bobby and I, we're going to do a Dallas tour. We're in the future. We Dallas, Texas. You're in Houston. So before we do that, maybe if we can meet in Dallas or meet in the middle somewhere, like somewhere middle in Texas, and because we gotta connect. We gotta connect.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. It doesn't stop after this, man. Y'all just stay in touch. I'll stay in touch. Bobby, we wear the same size. If I see something I think you might like, I'll share it with you.
You should have told Bobby Kicks that he's gonna be blowing up your DM.
So, I mean, I'm always searching, and I'm always searching. So it's enough for everybody, and that's the thing too. I like that we all follow each other, whether it's y'all, whether it's Revenge, whether it's Schooler. It's all like everybody knows everybody. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like that type of thing. We all, admire each other's collection. You know what I'm saying?
Dope.
Yeah.
And you know what?
I'm excited, man. I'm excited for that.
No, go ahead, Bobby. Go ahead, Bobby. You couldn't see it. Go ahead.
I'm excited for that Texas trip, and honestly, thank you for joining us too. But go ahead.
No, I was gonna say thank you, Terrance. I'm not a vintage collector. I'm an enthusiast.
Yeah.
Right. I'm an enthusiast. I'm not a collector at all. I met Bobby Kicks off of his collection. Right. That's how me and him formed. So I'm a sneaker enthusiast. I'm a clothes enthusiast. I'm just an enthusiast, right? And pieces I have, pieces I remember, but you guys, a person like yourself, person like Bobby, Schooler, Terrance, BAA. I mean, for me, this is like a dream come true to look at you guys, because you guys go above and beyond to get pieces that connect to your childhood, that connects to our childhood. I mean, shoot, you found the classic sneaker in great conditions for $10.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So thank you for just allowing us to showcase you. Thank you for recognizing what we're doing here at Kickstory Podcast and you understanding, the impact that we're trying to make in the industry. Yep. And once again, it'll be a part 2, man. That's all I gotta say. It'll be a part 2. Thank you. You appreciate it.
I appreciate it. Hey, and believe it or not, they are listening, because I don't know if y'all saw, they actually going to bring back those Tim Duncans.
The Foam Posit Max, right?
Yeah.
And still toe tins, toe cap.
Supposedly, we'll see. We'll see if they're gonna be toe caps. I am excited about those Great Fives. Those Great Fives are really cool. But yeah, we'll see what they do with the 10s. So, but yeah, I know they are listening. So you make a good point, Terrance. They are listening. And I'll say it again. Reebok is going to become a retro brand. Allen Iverson, Shaq, if you're listening to me, make Reebok a classic brand again. Look into your archives and bring back those classics. There's so much more in that library. And look to people like Terrance that has that awesome, those awesome archives to model after. So, but yeah, thank you, Terrance. And that's it for me, man. We'll do a part 2. We'll plan a trip to Texas, and we'll definitely keep you in the loop. And obviously, we'll stay connected, and we'll share the love. We'll continue to share the love,
man.
Yes,
sir.
Yeah. Thank y'all for having me, man. Thank you for your time. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day, man. Thank you for the opportunity. I appreciate it,
man.
Happy Saturday.
Have a good Saturday.
Have a great weekend. We'll see you on the next one.
All right.
See ya.